One of the biggest adjustments I've seen in this year's real estate market landscape is in the area of inspection contingency repair requests. We all know it's been a bit of an interesting market this year. There's a lot of one-word adjectives going around how to describe this year's crazy market. And we also know in the past years, in these highly competitive offer years, were some practices such as waiving contingencies. And that included a lot of times waiving the inspection contingency. This year, contingencies are definitely back, and especially in, thank goodness, inspection contingencies. In prior years, if inspections were in, a lot of times they were requested just for information only or to void only if they didn't like the results. This year, repair requests are definitely back. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually great for buyers to be able to take a look at the house, get it professionally inspected, and say, seller, here's my list of things that are really important to me. It's not a laundry list. It is not for aesthetic updates. It's really for those safety and high value items regarding the house that they wouldn't have known by seeing it. And I've seen a lot of trends. Seems like there's a trend each year when it comes to like different types of problems with homes. I don't know. It's a random sort of thing, but I do see that a lot. And last year I did see a lot with roof moisture, roof leakage, water damage, water intrusion from roofing issues. This year it's certainly always a water situation. What are the trending things that I've been seeing this year in inspection issues or repair requests? Well, always it's stormwater management. How is water being managed away from the house, from the roof to the ground? How are the downspouts functioning? How are the gutters functioning? Is the roof watertight? How is the grading around the house? How's the landscaping around the house? How's the foundation? What is managing the water away and out of that home? So that's a big inspection item, as it should be, because that's a big expense for the capital expenditure this buyer is making on this home, because water is one of the biggest and most expensive issues and repairs to perform in a home, and the damage can be so widespread. Another common thing I'm seeing, and that is the past few years, are deck issues. So deck might look nice in a photo, but how about the stability? How is it being to the home? How is the foundation underneath the deck? What are the safety items of the deck? Really also, what kind of condition is it in? I also see a lot of small little things that sort of add up, and it also tells the buyer, if these little things are wrong in the home all this time, what else could be wrong? So an inspection report, I notice a lot more often than should, has electrical issues with things like loose receptacles or outlets or non-grounded outlets or fixtures that are not wired correctly. So that's a small thing, but also an annoyance. And it can also take a lot of time and effort, even if it's for an electrical contractor to come in and fix all these small things that have been overlooked all the years. This is definitely the year of chimneys. Strangely, I've had several chimney inspections and repair requests made. It's really a matter of how has that chimney been maintained throughout the last few ownerships of that home. Has it been cleaned regularly? Is there creosote built up on the inside? Is there mortar breakdown or wear down? Is water intruding through the bricks, through the mortar? Is the flashing loose? Like, how has that chimney been maintained, and is it usable anymore? Is moisture coming into the home from the chimney, wearing down and breaking down the stability of the brick? A lot of repointing that might need to be done. A lot of recommendation of putting linings now and stainless steel linings in the chimney instead of just have the fire go through there. And also, chimneys are not just used to vent fire. There's also HVAC systems, ducting that can vent out through the chimney. That's been a common thing. And then always, when you're in an area that has stormwater management concerns, you're also going to be in an area where you have mold concerns. Mold is everywhere. Mold spores are in the air. Mold can grow anywhere, but how you manage moisture, humidity, and air is really important in the home, and mold can really just appear in any number of ways and can be tested in any number of ways, but that is definitely a remediation that's going to be requested by the buyer. So it's really important to know, helpful to know, what are some things in your home that you can maintain along the way and prevent from having to mitigate at the very last minute if you're selling your home, help you save from a big expense that could come at the end, either from a buyer repair request or just for you getting it ready for the market. And then as a buyer, there's a number of things that you should be aware of that could be coming up on your inspection report, things that you should probably ask for. And both of those lists or things to be aware of are really topics for another video. But at the end of the day, inspection repair requests are a good thing. They should be managed right, and sellers should be prepared for them to come along and have a plan with how they're going to handle them if and when they do.